Then, of course, I thought to myself, women in the workplace. What about that one? Are we a distraction? Do you guys think we're a distraction? And the more I thought about it, I thought, yeah, we kind of are a distraction. If you think about work in general, if you think about what men have to do when they go to work now, it's essentially just a bunch of landmines, right? Once upon a time, it was a man's world. Yes, I agree. And by the way, I want to make it clear, I am not making an argument that women should not have the right to work and should be relegated to the household. I'm not saying that whatsoever, but I am acknowledging that things have gotten worse at work since women joined the workforce.
Hi, this is Alonzo Bodden with another Rebel HQ TYT video, and now Candace Owens says women are nothing but a distraction in the workforce. She actually said that she's not saying women shouldn't be in the workforce, but women are a distraction in the workforce, which is really another way of saying women shouldn't be in the workforce, because what's one thing people don't want in the workforce? Distractions. Nobody running a company ever said, hey, we need some distractions around here. And by the way, Candace, you were talking fondly of when it was a man's world. Well, guess what? Back when it was a man's world, you wouldn't have had an opinion. That's right, Candace. The men didn't want to hear what you had to say back when it was a man's world. So the workplace is less productive with women in it. That's right, Candace. The women are just there to get the men all horned up. I mean, they couldn't be productive or creative or actually add to the workforce. No, they are simply there to distract the men with their sexy wiles or sexy ways. I think you've been watching too many episodes of Mad Men. I mean, what are you telling me? That the female legislators in Missouri aren't there to help pass laws, aren't there to represent their constituents? No, just to drive the men crazy by showing off those arms. Because nothing distracts men more than some hot arms waving around.
I think that men are having to deal with all these landmines everywhere. Do I say something? Do I not say something? I have to be careful on how I speak to this person because she's a woman. She might see this as some sort of an assault. Oh, do I tell her she looks nice today? Or is she going to think that that's inappropriate? Is it appropriate? Especially in the post-Me Too era, forget it. Do I say anything to her? Well, if I don't say anything to her, well, she's going to say that I'm ignoring her because I'm a man. If I say something to her, she's going to say I'm only speaking to her because I'm a man. I mean, I couldn't even imagine the internal dialogue that men must be having at work at all times.
Candace can't imagine the internal dialogue men are having at work. Well, Candace, maybe because that internal dialogue has nothing to do with you. Maybe the men at work are actually thinking about work. Maybe the surgeon is actually thinking about the patient, not having some hot nurse fantasy. Maybe whoever's making widgets on the assembly line is thinking about when is that clock going to strike 5. They're not thinking about the woman next to them making widgets on the assembly line. And okay, maybe there's a new rule about not commenting on women's appearance, but I don't think thinking about that rule consumes them 8 hours a day. Candace, I think the problem is you've been working around too many horny old Republican men who love making comments about you, and you think that's the way the world works. Candace, in the real world, people are at work thinking about work, or even better, thinking about how to get out of working.
And I laugh because this year, the Daily Wire had a Christmas party, and I didn't go for separate reasons, but I found out that the Christmas party was dry. And immediately in my head, I didn't say this out loud, but I'm saying it out loud now, I thought to myself, why is it a dry party? Who ruined it, right? Who ruined it? Why is there a dry Christmas party? Everybody knows Christmas parties are not supposed to be dry. But no, now, similar to Daily Wire, a bunch of corporations are saying, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Well, why are they saying let's not do that? I don't know for sure, but probably because they're avoiding traps.
Oh, Candace, no alcohol at the Daily Wire company Christmas party, which, by the way, I'm sure is the event of the season. You didn't even go. You didn't even go. Yet you have an opinion. You know, the only true thing you said is, I'm not sure. Because you're not sure, Candace. You don't know. Now, I'm pretty sure if you talk to HR at any large company, they're like, oh, no, we're not serving alcohol at the workplace because we have liability issues. We don't want them driving home drunk. We don't want them getting into fights. We don't want the employees saying what they really think, especially at the Daily Wire. Are you kidding? Do you know what kind of free-for-all that would be? No, Candace. It's not the women getting the men all horned up that they're worried about at the Christmas party. Sure, there might be an affair or two, but what are you going to do? No, they are worried about drunk people getting in trouble and suing them. It's all about the money, Candace. That's what they're focused on, not getting all horned up by women's arms.